up, YouTube? What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all guys and gals out there? Hope y'all doing good today. Today is Sunday. I'm in Kentucky. Y'all see, I got the truck in the background, the backdrop back there. Ready. She ready, y'all. She ready for action. I'm gonna get on the road in a little bit. So, but yeah, I've been night driving the last few days. The money's been there, so I've been doing it, you know. I do what I got to do. You know, it gets a little hard sometimes, but the first sign I feel myself getting even the slightest bit sleepy, I pull over and I take a nap, you know, 30-minute to an hour nap. Even a 15-minute nap, I mean, if I have to, it helps. But, yeah, y'all, I'm going to be brief. You know, I don't want to hold y'all too long. I don't want to do too much rambling. I just want to jump straight into it. I was asked to make a video about booking loads at Landstar and the rates, like how to get good paying rates and things of that nature. Okay, so first of all, booking loads, forget what you heard. It's not hard at all. You know, some people I know in the past, they always try to make it seem like it's such a hassle to deal with brokers and all of that. That's because most people that were saying that, they were probably on Snyder IC and they were spoiled, to be honest with you. And you know, there was pointing, clicking, and going. That's all you got to do. Point, click, go on Snyder IC. That's cool. All right, that's cool. But working with brokers it's not that bad. It's not bad at all. You know, you can't point, click, and go, but it's not bad. For example, Friday I booked 2 loads within a matter of about 8 minutes. I had the rate confirmation on them and everything. I got on the phone with them, asked all my questions, you know, negotiated, talked to them, everything. About the whole 9. 2 loads within 8 minutes. I had 2 loads, and with a total revenue of about $3,300 over the course of 3 days, you know, and that worked for me, you know. Boom, just like that. That's total revenue, about $3,300 over the course of 3 days. So, just like that, money in the bank for about what, 300, about 400, 500, about 1,200 miles total. That's with deadhead and everything. That's deadhead and everything. So, yeah, it's not hard, y'all. So I'm gonna get into the process of it and run through that right quick. The process is this. It's simple. Go on the load board, set your parameters, what type of loads you want to see, how heavy, how light, how much you wanted to pay, how far you wanted to go, where you want to go. Set your parameters on your load board. Look at the loads that they have to offer. Click on one, look at the details, contact the agent, okay? Contact the agent. Sometimes they might not answer because they may be on another call. Leave them a voicemail, you know, or maybe even email them. Contact the agent, make the first contact, let them know you're interested in it, ask all your questions, get all the pertinent information that you're going to need, settle on the price, and tell them you want it. Boom. They send you the rate confirmation. It's your load. It don't take, you know, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours for them to send a rate con. Usually it don't. Usually, I think one time it took them like 30 minutes to send me one. But usually if you talk to them, because they want to move the freight and they don't want to waste your time, you know, any more than you want to waste their time. So if you talk to them and you tell them you want it, you know, most of the time it's yours. A lot of people will tell you don't move your truck till you get your rate con. You know, I say that's good advice. But I've been in situations where the way my clock was, I had to go. You know, I just had to, you know, and if they would have screwed me over on the back end, like would have booked it to someone else, you know, well, I would have took that up with that broker. But I've been in situations where I had to go, you know, right then once I booked. So, and I've done that before, but I usually don't. But that's it. That's it. It's simple as that. It's not hard at all. I'm gonna have a link in my my little drop down box up top. I may even put it in the comments also of a video on YouTube that like walks you through the Landstar load board. And it's very informative. It pretty much gives you the gist of how it works. And it's helpful. It'll help you learn and understand a lot more about how it works. But actually booking the load, that's all, y'all. It's easy. It's not hard at all. And by the way, this video is by request. So like, share, subscribe, comment. I just want to throw that in there, y'all. But anyway, that's that. Booking the load of Landstar is not hard. It's not like pulling teeth, you know. It's seamless for the most part. It's seamless. All right. Now rates. You know, everybody got their different takes and different views on rates. You know, how to book good paying loads, where to find them at, and everyone has a different method because everyone wants to make, you know, different types of money. Everyone's goals are different. But it's some certain rules of thumb to follow. And you'll hear it a lot the more you look into it. You know, everyone knows the freight is good in the Midwest. Everyone knows that. Me personally, I like Kentucky. I don't know if you would consider Kentucky the Midwest, but I like Kentucky. I like Indiana. I don't like fueling in Indiana, but I like getting loads out of Indiana. Certain parts of Illinois. You can get some good stuff in Missouri. I love 55. Going up and down I-55, to me, that's my lane right there, because 55 basically comes from New Orleans, slash like the Baton Rouge, Hammond area, and goes up through Memphis, up to, you know, St. Louis and up towards like Chicago. I like 55. I like to find as much as I can going up and down 55 because it's not far from where I live. I can stop by the house. I like it. The terrain is pleasant. You know, it's flat for the most part. It's not a lot of mountains. I love 55. But anyway, when it comes down to the rates, one of the most important things you can understand about rates is, first of all, you need to know what you want to make and what you need to make. And not so much, I see a lot of people get caught up in the cent per mile game, you know, and cents per mile matters. It matters, but I think to me it's just more of a parameter. It's just more of a way to stop yourself from taking freight that's going to pay you absolute crap and garbage. Okay, I don't get caught up in the cents per mile game because I look at it more on a daily and weekly revenue type standpoint. Okay, so obviously you're going to take the best loads available. All right, but I don't care if a load is paying $3.50 a mile if the load is only going 100 miles up the road. I don't care. I'm not going to take that. You know, yeah, that mileage, that rate per mile is great. It's wonderful. But that does nothing for my revenue. You know, it's just, I'm going to have to go get loaded. You know, they may take God knows how long, then ride 100 miles down the road and get unloaded. I'm killing time, and I only made, you know, a little bit of money. So now I have to find another load to get on and try to deliver it just to get my daily rate up, you know, to what I wanted to be. So, and I'm not saying I'll take those loads. I specifically like to take those loads on the back end of bigger loads. Okay, so if I just delivered a load, let's just say I pick it up today and deliver it tomorrow, and the load paid out $1,400 for 500 miles of driving. Cool. I'll do that. And if I get to an area, I see this happens a lot in the Pennsylvania, Virginia area. I may see a little run that picks up here, boom. Maybe especially if it's drop and hook, picks up here, go 150 miles down the road, I might make another $500 off of it and still have time to book another load coming out of there. I do it in them cases, but I said all that to say this. Basically, I don't get caught up in the cents per mile game. My daily rate, average, my daily average, I guess you could say, is about $1,000, no less than about $1,000 a day. That's what I need to average. So I understand, okay, honestly, I'm not going to take a load that pays less than about $800 in total revenue. I'm not going to do it because it's going to be too hard for me to make that average up on the back end. So I may take a load that pays about $800 in total revenue, and the only way I'll take it is going to have to be something that delivers the next day. Okay, so that means for that day I generated 800. Well, I know, okay, the next day I need to get something that pays about 1,200, so I can get my average where I want it. Okay, so that's how I like to run. I like to run loads that average between about 300 to about 700 miles, because I find that those usually pay what I needed to pay in total revenue, and I can get off the loads fast. Over the weekend, I'll take anything that I ain't gonna say I'll take anything, but I like to take loads that pay if I could find something paying $3,000 or better over the weekend, that's what I like to do. But with the weekend, you kind of got to get a little creative sometimes. Like, for example, this weekend, I picked up a load on Friday that delivered Saturday that paid like $1,400. Okay, so then I got off that load and went picked up a drop and hook that picked up Saturday that delivers Monday that paid like $1,800. So that's cool. To me, that's not, I can live with that. But in terms of rate, if you're not in with brokers and you don't have, you're not on something dedicated or, a good run, like they say, build rapport with the brokers and everything, you want to do that. And they're going to tell you can't survive off of the load board alone. That's not true. I don't believe that. That's not true, because that's not true, y'all. It's all about how you run and being smart about it. Don't run if you're gonna run cheap. Don't run heavy, okay? Because guess what? A lot of these guys may turn their nose up at a load paying $1.90 a mile, something like that. Guess what? If that load weighs 10,000 pounds, I'll take that load all day. I'll take that all day. I'll take $1.90 a mile, and that load's 10,000 pounds, and it generates a good amount of revenue, to meet my goal. I'll take it. I love it. Give it to me, because one thing I'm not doing, I'm not running heavy. I am not. I had a 42,000 pound load, a 40,000 pound load, and a 32,000 pound load. Those have been my heaviest loads, period. Almost everything else has been under 20,000 pounds. I had a few between 20 and 30, but like I'm on like a 17,000 pound load now. The load before this one was 15,000. The load before that one was the 32,000, but the load before that was 22,000. The load before that was 3,400. The load before that was 8,000. The one before that was 12,000. I'm not running heavy, and I'm not going in these mountains tearing my truck up. I'm running smart, y'all. I'm running smarter, not harder. I did enough hard running at Clem, and I ain't have an option to run whether I could run smart or not. I had to pull what they told me to pull. But now I'm running smarter, not harder, and that's the name of the game. Learn how to run smarter, not necessarily harder, to make the money you need to make. Now, every now and then you may have to run hard. You may pick you up a load going cross country that's paying $1.80 a mile. $1.80 a mile. But if you look at it, you may make a total of $4,000 in revenue off of that load, and it may take you 4 days to run it or something like that. So if you look at it like that, it's not really a loss, especially if that load is light. So you have to be open-minded, and you have to understand what the bigger picture is. The bigger picture is the fact that while you're out here away from your friends and family and loved ones, you're out here to make money, okay? You're not out here to be able to brag about the fact that you don't run for under $2.50 a mile. I don't run. I'm not moving for under $2 a mile, all that. Cool. They may work for some people. I'm not going to judge or ridicule them, but to me, I just find that it makes sense to put yourself in the position to generate as much revenue as you can while you're out here, while putting the smallest amount of stress on your truck, and you know, pulling the lightest loads you can, and staying out of the mountains and stuff, and making the money. That's what it come down to, y'all. So thus far, I think, I don't have no complaints. I pretty much hit the ground running. My first 2 weeks working here, I made more than what I would have made in a month at KLLM. Made more than what I was usually making in a month at Clem. So, yeah, that's how I go. In terms of places you want to stay out of, don't let them sucker you into going into these dead zones. These brokers, they will call you and they'll catch you on the spot, and they'll get you in these loads going to Florida, Utah, deep up in Cali, the Northeast, West Texas, places like that you want to try to stay out of, because it's going to be real hard to get some coming back out. So, piece of advice, and I got this from another Landstar driver, but it was something I was already doing. He been here like a year, and he said his first 6 months were real hard. He was thinking about quitting, and he talked to an older driver, and he was like, "How do you do it?" And the driver had been here for 15 years. The driver told him, he said, "Haul what you want to haul and go where you want to go. Period. Haul what you want to haul, okay? And go where you want to go. Don't let nobody change that. If you haul what you want to haul and go where you want to go, ultimately, you're going to make money." Because that's what I've been doing from day one. I've been hauling light loads. I've been staying out of the mountains. It's gonna be hard to catch me in Utah or something like that. I've been hauling light loads, staying out of the mountains, and I've been generating the money that I need as best I can on a daily and weekly, more importantly, a weekly basis. I know what I need to make a week for me to be able to pay my bills, save, and have so much more, left over. So that's what I go for. That's my goal. So, yeah, y'all. 17 minutes? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I gotta hit the road. I gotta go ahead, and I wanted to run. This park is nice, y'all. It's nice day out here. I think I got a little freezer in my truck. It's built in. I'm gonna keep me some charcoal and like some little sausages, maybe a little steak or something in my truck. And I'm gonna catch these restaurants. I'm gonna barbecue, put me some meat on the grill out here. I love grilling, y'all. But anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go. If you got any questions, let me know. This was just a brief, informative video because someone was interested in hearing about those two topics. How do you actually book the load, and how do you get good paying rates, pretty much. And that's why I dropped it. But I got another video I've been meaning to put out. I'm gonna put it out. I'm gonna edit it up a little bit and get all that going. In case y'all ain't noticed, I'm a quality over quantity type guy. Okay, I'm not gonna flood you all's notifications with 2 videos a day just rambling and talking about any and everything. For one, I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to just hop on my phone every day and record videos left or right just talking about so much random stuff. I'm not gonna do it, y'all. I'm here for a reason. Purpose in action. Okay, so that's what I want to do. And like I said, I'm not ridiculing. Once again, I'm not ridiculing or judging nobody that do that. It's their channel. You do what you want to do. Some people just want to document their experiences in a more detailed manner. And I watch a lot of people that do that. I watch quite a few people that document, make a lot of videos and document a lot of what they do and how they feel about things. But me personally, I'm just not going to do it like that. I want to get good, informative information out there and give y'all a little bit of my journey and let y'all see what I'm going through and what I got going on, just to inform and help out. Okay, but yeah, let me go ahead. It's getting hot, y'all. As y'all may know, I don't like the heat. I don't like the heat. I grew up in the heat. Oh, I thought my truck was gone. You know, I'm from the country. I grew up with no AC, so I don't like going back. I don't like going back to that, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, like, share, subscribe, comment. I'm gonna throw my email address in the drop down box. You know, you just click on it, you'll see it in the not the comment section, in the, I don't know what they call it, y'all. I'm gonna just say the little drop down box, and that way y'all can email me. That way y'all ain't gotta ask for the email. If you want to ask me something, you can just email me. I'm gonna just start putting my contact information out there. But like, share, subscribe, comment. I got some settlement videos I'm gonna post from Clem. You know, I was trying to hold off on showing what I was making, but I want to do a 3-month average to show y'all what the money was like. And I'm gonna drop that video. That might be my next one, so that way you can kind of have an idea, you know, of what it was like over there. So stay tuned, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I appreciate y'all. And remember to keep purpose in your actions. Don't just be out here doing stuff for no reason. All right? Take it easy. Peace.